2 years since the withdrawal from Afghanistan. You know what it's like there today. The Taliban controls it. Women have essentially no rights. I know there were many Americans, military and the State Department, who did some very courageous work getting those 124,000 people out in the evacuation. And yet, there was chaos. When you hear your CENTCOM commander say he had great regrets about that, do you?
Of course. I mean, we lost, obviously, the 13 at Abbey Gate on top of the, 2,400 that were killed from 9/11 on in Afghanistan. And it didn't end the way I wanted it. It didn't end the way any of us wanted it. Look at when the enemy is occupying your capital, or the capital of the country that you supported, that's a strategic setback, strategic failure. That's what I testified to in public. And there's no way you can describe that as a strategic success. And certainly taking 124,000 people out is an amazing logistical feat. That's true. And it exceeds that which came out of Vietnam during Operation Whirlwind. And those people are free today because of the courage and the bravery of all of those that were on the ground at the airport. But in the broader sense, the war was lost. We were fighting the Taliban and their allies, for 20 plus years, and they prevailed in that capital for a lot of reasons that we don't have time to go over today. But sure, lots of regrets by a lot of us from 9/11 on. Wars aren't lost in the last 10 days or 10 months. Typically, they're the cumulative effect of lots of turns and twists over many, many years. And this war, when the final history is written, will prove to be the same. Lots of lessons learned, lots of lefts when you should have gone right, and that'll all come out in due time. But lots of regrets, absolutely, 100%. Every single soldier I lost is a regret. But I also want everyone over that fought over in Afghanistan. I want everyone who ever wore the uniform over there to hold their head high, because they did what their nation asked, and we protected the United States for 20 consecutive years from attack from Afghanistan. And we gave the Afghan people hope for a better life, and they should always be proud of that.
General McKenzie said it was a serious mistake not to begin to evacuate our embassy personnel, our American citizens, and at-risk Afghans earlier. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd agree with that, sure.
So that was a mistake in the withdrawal?
I think as you look back on it, I think that some decisions with respect to moving the embassy and Department of State could have been made a little earlier, sure.